Wizards of the Coast has trashed its collectability over the last 2 years. But are there trends in the sales of Phyrexia All Will Be One indicating that we're about to turn it all around and get some collectible products? Let's find out. Recently, Magic the Gathering has experienced extreme problems when it comes to collectability and the value of their box on a given shelf. Overprinting, Amazon dumps, and frankly subpar sets are generally what we have to thank for these, well, let's call them a phenomena. But with the sales data from TCG Player for Phyrexia All Will Be One, there is a possibility that Wizards of the Coast can see a trend created by average consumers like you and me that they could turn to that might boost the collectability and lower the print runs of these Magic the Gathering products. And to talk about that today, we're going to talk about the sales data. I'm going to talk about what's new with Phyrexia All Will Be One, how that compares to the Brothers War, another very successful standard Magic the Gathering set, and then I'm going to get into the trend that I think Wizards of the Coast could use to not only lower the amount of products they're printing, but add collectability back to the regular consumer, you and me. Let's talk Magic the Gathering sales data, and let's start with my favorite place to start, the graphs, the sales data. Right here we have the overall, the aggregate of Phyrexia All Will Be One pre-sales up till today, this exact date. I haven't changed the date at the top of the spreadsheet yet, but I promise it is up to date for today. And we see some extremely positive signs here. First and foremost, we see almost $600,000 in total spend for the pre-release. This is tracking to be slightly above average if we use the kind of Brothers War as a baseline set. I would like to use Brothers War as more than average set, but if we use it as a baseline set, this is actually tracking above average so far, as the Brothers War experience it was around $600,000 of total pre-sales. There's 4,000 boxes sold, but the interesting part of this data is not the total, but it's how the boxes are sold and what you and I in the community are buying. We see here right away, collector box now is actually down. We'll get into the Brothers War data in just a second, so hang on. But the Brothers War saw a lot of collector's boxes sold, and Phyrexia All Will Be One sees actually a decrease in the total boxes sold for collector boxes, and we actually see a decrease in total community spend when it comes to the collector box, down to 25.8% of all sealed products sold and only 42% of total revenue. Now, that being said, the collector box still demands the highest piece of the pie when it comes to revenue, and the second largest piece of the pie when it comes to the total products sold. And that brings us to the set box. Set box is still king. We actually see with the addition of the completed bundle for Phyrexia All Will Be One, which is an amazing opportunity. I have several videos on this channel. Maybe I can put a couple cards here so you guys can check those videos out. This is an amazing opportunity for people to get in on something that could be collectible for Magic the Gathering at a much lower price rate, at the price point of initially $80. Actually, we're going to see they're selling for quite a bit more on TCG Player pre-order right now, but the initial price point of $80 was an interesting spot to be in, and it's more accessible to people. But the set box sees almost no change. Set box very consistent. We have said we love the set box. I've said on this channel several times, I might cut the set box and juice the draft box and maybe up those sales and only have 2 different boxes and maybe some bundles, the Pokemon ETB bundle, whatever it might be. But I could just be wrong here, because the community, you, the regular enthusiast, love the set box, and I am not as big of a fan. So set box, we see a bunch. We see the Jumpstart is technically there. We see regular bundles, but the elephant in the room, the big beast we have to talk about is the completed bundle. The complete bundle is dominating these sales. It is taking up 22.7, almost 23% of all products pre-ordered, and mind you, that complete bundle actually comes out far after set release. I believe it's almost a month after the set release. So it's interesting to see pre-sales for this item already so high. It shows me that myself, the community, everyone out there, we're super excited about this product. We're excited that it seems to be limited. It seems like it might be the only place you can get a special treatment of a card. It's everything you want in a collector product, and it's right in front of our face at a more affordable number. So it's really interesting to see that take up so many of the boxes sold. And while you look at that, it brings us to the price. It's only 16% of total community spend on the product. It means that people are able to get something limited, something chase, something that feels cool at a lower price. So these are extremely interesting, but how does this compare to Brothers War? And more importantly, what trend here do I see that could tell Wizards of the Coast we might be okay? We might be able to start lower printing, and we're going to talk about possibly one print run of these set boxes. But if you want to know more and you want more videos like this, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'm putting out content all the time, and I am racing to 5K, so thank you so much. But let's compare this data, what we have right here, to the Brothers War. As we talked, this is the Brothers War data. We see the Brothers War selling way more collector boxes. A collector box for the Brothers War is selling at 33.4% of total boxes sold, and the pre-order for those collector boxes is much higher, where Phyrexia All We Want is down to 25%. We see almost no change in set boxes. The community loves the set box. We are all about the set box. We see a higher allocation or a higher print of Jumpstart, but I think people are kind of figuring out the Jumpstart, and maybe some of that Jumpstart money is going into these bundles. So all in all, the Brothers War sits at the pre-sale revenue of $600,000 or $676,000, while Phyrexia All Will Be One is $588. But we have entered kind of the end of pre-sale season, where people are I think pre-sales are really going to ramp up. I am interested to see where this is going to end. I want to know where you think this is going to end, because when Wizards of the Coast looks at the data that we look at, and mind you, this is only every single sealed product sale on TCG Player that I have at my disposal. You can actually have it at your disposal too if you visit the link I'm going to pin in the comment section below. It's free for another day, and then that's it. It goes back behind my Patreon paywall for the next couple months. So if you want to check that out, please do. But I really think they have an opportunity to look at this data and do something extremely interesting. What I think Wizards of the Coast could see when they look at this data is us as a community, we are willing to spend on expensive products. But more than that, we like the idea that things are collectible. If you harken back to the C-level executives of Hasbro talking about Magic the Gathering, they mentioned things that are collectible, like, you know, the secret layers. And it's no secret, we as a community, we will spend on secret layers. We like to buy them. Well, with the addition of the Compleat Bundle as what could be a chase collectible unique product, our community has taken to it. We see that in the percentage purchased. We see that in the amount that we have spent on the product, even though it's so far out, and as well as number of boxes sold. If you didn't catch that, remember, link below. But this means that if we have something we are able to chase, and a lot of the community spend is actually seemingly being diverted from the collector box over to this Compleat Bundle, there's an opportunity that Wizards of the Coast doesn't see the need for a second print, a re-release, another wave of collector boxes. If they've already printed them, this all gets blown out the window, obviously, and this is not financial advice, this is pure speculation. But if they see this money, especially as the set goes on, trend towards this new unique product, they could, in theory, go back to the corporate boardroom and say, wow, we can still get all of our revenue from the community. We can still get all of the community spend. The whole pie still comes to us. And maybe we do a little fan service. We print 2 collectible products, a Compleat Bundle, a collector's box, and the collector's box, you know, still more expensive. The Compleat Bundle limited, but less expensive, more available, and both of those items, without a second wave of printing, hold on well. Wizards of the Coast gets all their money. There's no need for that Amazon dump, and we, the community, feel great about the product. We love the collectability, and we look back on it fondly. It starts to build that nostalgia, and so this could be the print method going forward that really digs us out of this hole. I've said this in a couple of videos. There's a whole new video coming later this week about just this topic. Wizards of the Coast knows that they are printing too many boxes. They know that. This is not, there's no way that a company this size doesn't know that, but I want to hear what you think in the comment section below. Are you into this set? Do you like the Compleat Bundle? Do you like the collector box? Do you think we see a pivot in the way Magic the Gathering is printed and delivered to the regular person, you and me? Guys, thank you so much for watching. Remember, click that sub button if you'd enjoyed being here. I'm racing to 5K. Until next time, you guys know me. My name is Josh, and I will see you around. Goodbye.